Well, it's one of the best rags to riches stories in sports history. From supermarket worker to the Arena League to NFL and Super Bowl MVP, then back to backup, then back to the Super Bowl. Kurt Warner's tale couldn't be made up. He seized his opportunity way back in 1999 and went on to a possible Hall of Fame career, including the 3 highest passing yardage totals in Super Bowl history and the 2nd highest playoff passer rating in history. Kurt Warner joins us now on behalf of Duracell and their work with the National Volunteer Fire Council to create the Power Those Who Protect Us program, a battery donation program to support the more than 23,000 volunteer fire departments in the U.S. Kurt, we appreciate you joining us. You're friends with Aaron Rodgers and you talked to him. What have you told him? What kind of advice have you given him about his first trip to the Super Bowl?
Well, the biggest thing that I always tell anybody that goes to this game, especially for the first time, is enjoy it. Is that I think you come down here and you have an idea of what the Super Bowl is, and it's all about winning the Super Bowl, but you don't understand everything that goes into it, that the spectacle that the Super Bowl is, the media, how every moment of your day can be taken up with different distractions. And if you allow those things to bother you, you get uptight, it takes away from your preparation and the chance to really enjoy and play your best football. And so that's always the first thing I tell guys is embrace it, enjoy it. You know, when you have to do a media interview, when you have to do media day, enjoy that part of it because it's what makes the Super Bowl what the Super Bowl is. And I think that's the first step that you have to take. And then there's so much more that can go into it from there.
That Steelers defense can certainly bother a lot of quarterbacks. Now, you threw for 377 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game that you guys lost in the last seconds just 2 years ago. What advice have you given Aaron about facing that Steelers defense? He also is in a wide open type of spread passing attack like you were in Arizona.
Well, I've always felt that the Steelers defense, especially when they're in a 3-4 defense, they're always built around their linebackers. And specifically those 2 outside guys that can rush the passer and create so much havoc. And so anytime I play a team like that, and specifically the Steelers, I always wanted to spread them out. If I had 4 wide receivers where I could force those linebackers either to cover, to get out in space, or to force them off the field, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take the strength of a team and attack it. And so that's what I would tell the Packers is you've got 4 great wide receivers, guys that have made plays for you all year long. Use those 4 wide receivers, spread out this defense, force them to do some different things than what they want to do. The only catch-22 to that is that when you spread out your guys and you put 4 wide, it really leaves some short edges for guys like James Harrison and Lamar Woodley coming off the side. So you got to get the ball out of your hands. You got to make decisions and let your playmakers make plays for you.
You talked about enjoying the Super Bowl experience. Your first Super Bowl was the one that you won, and you were the MVP of that game. What did you enjoy most about the first one, and how were you able to enjoy it and do so well your first time out?
Well, I mean, it was new for me. You know, I was one of those guys that it was my first year playing. I had no idea if I was ever going to be back again. And so I was able to, you know, laugh at different things, enjoy different things. I really didn't know what to expect at that point in time, but I didn't want to get too uptight, even though I really felt like this might be my only chance. I want to win it. You know, but I just tried to embrace the different things that went on. You know, we played in Atlanta. There was an ice storm going on. My family got stuck. They couldn't get in when they wanted to get in, and we couldn't see each other when we wanted to. But, you know, it was all part of the experience, and it would have been easy to allow that stuff to distract us and get our minds off of football. And that was my approach, is whatever happens, it happens. You know, the bottom line is what happens on Sunday.
As poised as you were against the Titans, was there a moment during the week or in pregame when you said, holy cow, I'm in the Super Bowl?
You know, the biggest moment for me was actually when I was in the tunnel getting ready to run out onto the field. And it really kind of sank in at that point in time that I was playing in the Super Bowl. It was myself and Isaac Bruce and Marshall Faulk and Coach Vermeil, and we were in there. We just kind of talking about the season and getting to this point. And then they announced my name, and I ran out onto the field, and you know, all the camera flashes, and that was the moment that it really hit me, the significance of that game. Up to that point, it was kind of a whirlwind, so I didn't really understand it. But at that moment, I knew all eyes were on us. It was my chance to write my place in history.
All right, you do some great analyst work now. You've joined the dark side and come over to the media in your post-career. So putting you on the spot, is who wins this game? Is it the New Jacks from Green Bay or the experienced crew from Pittsburgh?
You know, I like Green Bay. that I think, because of the Steelers and the way they play, that I think it's going to be a close game. And I think that bodes well for the Packers, that they might not be able to have the success that they've had up to this point offensively against that great Steeler defense. But I think there's opportunities for them to have enough success and score some points against this team. And if they can score some points, I think they win. If it's a tight game, I think it's anybody's game, and we all know how Ben responds in those kind of situations. So I'm leaning towards the Packers, probably just because I'm still mad at the Steelers because they took my last ring. But I like to see new people, new teams win championships. Unfortunately, the Steelers have one. They got one just a couple years ago. Most of the players on that team. I'd like to see Aaron Rodgers and some of those guys on the Packers that don't have one win their first Super Bowl ring.